I've always wanted a pizza oven, but too lazy to build one and couldn't really find a nice affordable one until a couple weeks ago. Got a Costco sale flyer and it had this Captn Cook oven plus Salamander grill in it, and it looked like it was a good option for cooking pizza, so I decided to give it a try, and it arrived FedEx, I think it was, and this is what it looks like. It came really well packaged. Everything was, held in foam there, and the outer box was beat up a little bit, but the grill itself was in really good shape. And this is just kind of a quick unboxing of it. And I'll just do a quick putting it together. Really, if you follow the instructions, it's really simple to put together. And it does come with a pizza peel and a little pizza cutter. And basically, it's got a big pizza stone on the top. Now that there, I had to pull out. There's some plastic you have to take off of it. The thing gets hot, so you want to make sure you remove any plastic that's, inside of it or on any of the packaging. And then look at the burner inside of it. It's got this weird burner in there that's supposed to really spread out the heat and, heat the stone evenly and cook the top of the pizza evenly. So it was packaged really well. You could see everything was packaged, survived shipping. And it just took a while to cut all the plastic off and get it ready to go. And assembly is really simple. Just 4 legs that screw in the bottom now. For the front ones there, you have to remove this crossbar that just kind of a shipping brace. And then the feet screw right in the holes there. So get that together, and then you can see the handle still needs some screws and stuff to hold it, but basically it's, it comes pretty much pre-assembled. And then you just pull out the slides, and there are 4 screws, 2 on each side that you have to remove, and then there's a cross brace that goes in there to stiffen everything up. And that's, really easy to do. And then there's one corner there where you put a little safety chain that hooks on the handle of the drawer to keep it falling out when you're carrying the unit. And a couple little shoulder screws go in there so you can use this handle either to open the lid safely or to pull it forward, leave the lid closed, and carry the unit. And a couple drip pans go in there. You have to just figure out where they go. But it's pretty easy. They look like they're going to be able to catch everything, because this actually is like a broiler too. You can cook steaks and stuff like that on it, seafood. So I'm looking forward to trying that too. And then there's a nice drip pan there that, doesn't go all the way back there, but it goes to the front. And that's the bottom broiler drawer. And you can see that's right underneath that flame on top. So, it's only limited. You can only put something in there that's about 1.5 inches thick. Can't put anything real big and thick in there. So you have to keep that in mind. Then a nice cast iron grill that does sear when you put items on it. That's pretty much it. Takes 5 minutes to get it assembled, and really looks nice. Made out of stainless steel. The only problem I had was a pizza peel. It came with 2 screws, put the handle on, and one of them was missing the Phillips head, so you couldn't tighten it with a screwdriver. But I used some vice grips on it. And we were going to use it on Easter Day actually, but it turned out to be snowy that day. There was the morning when we woke up, it started snowing, so I just set it in the garage and I wanted to light it up. You want to take any new items like this and just burn them off on high for like an hour. Just let them run. This is an ice cold garage and it went up to 500 degrees like nothing. So a couple days later, it got warm out, and my wife decided she was going to make up some of the pizza dough. Now, this is a standard recipe that we usually use for pizzas that we put on parchment paper in the oven on a baking rack and cook. Turned out it was a big mistake. I'll show you in a second, but I do have that fresh basil growing in the window now. This is what I started in the grow tent a couple months ago. And I actually set the grill up outside on an old camping stand that I had from our camping days. And, it looked like it's going to work out really good. So my wife's inside. She's got the pizza. She's rolling them out. She made the dough. And This here is it turned out that this is the wrong dough for what we're doing here. You can see it's a softer dough, and we used to put it on parchment paper in a pan and cook it so you didn't have to move the pizza once it was made. And here we're trying to put it together on a cutting board there, and then put it on the peel and move it. And I did light up the oven and get that up to temperature while she was making the pizzas in there. Then I had a big problem. Well, here she's used. That's some of our sauce from the garden that we cooked down when we're using it for pizza. It's fresh basil and some mozzarella on the pizzas, and they're really starting to look good. And a couple pieces of real sweet Spanish onion on there too to add some flavor. Oh, let's throw some pepperoni on there, and then a little bit of a Parmesan cheese on there next, and I might as well throw on a little bit more
sheet and stick it in the oven
of the mozzarella on top. Then I went to pick it up with the peel, and there you can see I completely destroyed the pizza. The peel wouldn't slide under it no matter what we did. So I wound up going in a tray in the oven like we normally do it, and I let that one go. But the other one I didn't touch, I didn't destroy. I threw it in the freezer on the cutting board. So here we are the next morning. I figured, well, I'll just take that and set it on there and let it defrost, and then slide it into the oven and cook it. And I did, but it wouldn't come off the peel. When it defrosted, it stuck to the peel, so I wound up cooking on the peel, and it almost came out good. I mean, it was an attempt, but definitely learned that dough means a lot when you're making a pizza, a regular pizza, and you're not going to just do it in a pan. So we found a recipe for a semolina dough on Emerald Lagasse's site, and my wife made some dough up, and this was a much different dough, and I thought I had put enough of the semolina on the peel so it wouldn't stick, but still got a little bit of sticking on this. But anyhow, you can see we did get whole pizzas on the grill there, and so I got that on there, and I'm going to let it cook for 2 minutes, it says. Now, I do have this grill on high, and it's been running, when you close the lid, it'll run up to about 600 degrees, and I think that stone gets up to about 800 degrees. So it does cook fairly fast, and I'm going to make you sit through the whole 2 minutes here to cook it. Now, it turned out that I am a little bit impatient, and I just kind of kept sneaking a look under the lid as it was cooking there. Waiting for it to time out here, and you're not supposed to do this, but every once in a while I just take a look just to see what's going on, because I mean, this looks like it's my first successful pizza in this thing. It's getting pretty exciting now.
Stuck too. So
in the end, once we got this dough worked out, that we're really starting to learn how to use this oven. And one thing I did find out is I should have run it a couple degrees cooler, and I'll show you later why. But basically you can see the dough is really starting to cook nice, and this is for a 12-inch maximum pizza. Anything bigger will not fit in it. So you use that peel that they give you as a size guide when you make them. And there you can see it's starting to cook up nice and look good. So the deal is you cook it on the top on the stone for 2 minutes, they say, and that's supposed to cook the crust. And then you move it to the pull-out drawer and stick that down under the broiler for 2 minutes, and that's supposed to brown the top. So I'm getting pretty excited now. It looks like we're really gonna, have a decent pizza here, and it's going to take some learning, some time, and a couple different tries to learn how to use it right. But I think it's really going to be a great addition. Go along good with all our grills. So there you can see it's starting to get really crispy on the bottom. That hot stone does work, and it seems to hold the heat well, and it does have that nice big burner to spread it out evenly. Oh yeah. So it looks like it's crispy enough on the bottom, and I'm just going to shift it to the bottom drawer there. Oops, I put it too far back. Got to keep it up on the grill area. and we'll do the top. And like I said, this broiler can be used for all different kinds of things too, so we'll be trying it out over time. I did christen the stone up there with some cheese and stuff like that, but it's going to happen over time. I need to take it out. And it looks like the time that they give you, the 2 minutes per side, really does work out to be about right at the high setting on the grill. I thought it would be really easy just make a pizza, throw it on there with the first ones, and after watching some of the videos about it on YouTube, but turned out you really have to know a little bit more about pizzas than we knew about when we started with this. Good. So you can see the cheese is starting to get melted, a little bit brown on there, and I'm pretty impatient there and just keep pulling it out to look, which really isn't helping, I don't think. But even with that open front on there, it does seem to hold the heat really well. And the only thing you can see is it gets a little crispy where it bubbles up into big bubbles on the top, but it's gonna take otherwise it seems to be doing a really good job of cooking the pizza. One more look at it, and it's just about done now, getting near the 2 minute mark. And you can see it in there starting to bubble up if you just look in without pulling it out too. Probably the best way to do it. I think it's done. But that looks like that's it. I could have taken it out about 10 seconds sooner, I think. But you can see it really did cook nicely. Nice crispy crust, and the top of it came out nice. So second one here, this one's easier. We put a little more of the semolina flour on the paddle there, and that made it easier to slide right off. And I'm going to speed this one up here so I don't make it sit another 4 minutes here watching this. But basically, same results with this one. And there you can see, this one did get a little bubbly up, a real high spot. And I wound up having to squish that down with the paddle because it started touching the flame almost right up on the top there. So I flattened that out a little bit to make it cook a little more evenly. And there we go. Second one's done. Exactly 4 minutes later. You can see I do have a little bit of burning on the top there, where it's stuck up next to the thing. But they actually came out really good tasting. The only problem I had was the crust was a little bit undercooked in the center there, you can see. And what I should have done is gone with a little bit lower temperature for a couple extra seconds, I think. And, next time I should be able to get that worked out. But I finally did get a couple successful pizzas out of here, and they were really good and really quick. So I think it's going to be a keeper. So I just thought I'd share, what not to do when you buy one of these, and, how to go about getting a good pizza out of it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.